So when I say people are lazy, they go, I'm not lazy, I work hard every day. You work 8 hours a day? You work eight? The fuck? If I'm awake, I'm working. I'll be driving my Bugatti Chiron through Dubai, working. I'm texting at the same fucking time. I don't take a second off. I don't take a minute off. I don't relax. I don't rest. I don't stop. I don't chill. None. Ever. I'm either asleep or at work. That's it.
You will never be happy if you continue to search for what happiness consists of. You will never live if you are looking for the meaning of life.
There's a million ways to go to financial heaven and a billion ways to go to financial hell. I had to find the way that worked best for me. Mine's real estate, because I don't like paying taxes. And real estate is debt and taxes. So I'm about $1 billion in debt, where if Dave Ramsey says live debt free.
Yeah.
If you don't want to study, follow Dave Ramsey. You want ETFs and mutual funds, follow Tony Robbins. They want it simple.
Right.
I don't blame them. But the question is, how badly do you want to win? And I like winning.
Yeah.
So I study my ass off.
He's just 18 years young, but he's already flying to London on a private jet to buy himself a $120,000 Euro watch. And of course, he also has a Lamborghini too. But no, in this case, it's not a typical rich kid story where his dad pays for everything. Because Manjeet from Brandenburg has worked his way from his child's room to become a millionaire himself.
Well, you should be afraid of taking risks and pursuing something meaningful. But you should be more afraid of staying where you are if it's making you miserable. You're paying a price by being miserable. If you're miserable in your job now and you change nothing, in 5 years you'll be much more miserable and you'll be a lot older.
The teacher would always sit there and go, Andrew, you're the biggest waste of potential I've ever seen. Because you could be so smart, but you just don't listen. Well, I'm smarter than you now. I do not believe any of the things we're told or taught in school are useful. Even things about wealth creation. I have people come to me all the time and all of their ideas about how to get rich never worked for me. And I'm not saying they wouldn't work for you, but the way I got rich was completely separate to everything I was told. I was told to make money, save money, buy a house. And yeah, that worked 30, 40 years ago. But look at the average price of a house now compared to wages. Buy a house? What? It's gonna take me 25 years to buy that house. Like, I wanna be rich now. So I think a lot of the things are outdated. A lot of the things they teach are specifically designed to put you in a state of mind where you just obey and comply. This is what I believe school is for. It's to train worker ants. And I didn't want to be a worker ant.
If you don't know what to do, don't go to university.
Yeah.
That's the first thing. If you know what you want to do and you need a university degree to do it, then obviously pursue that. If you don't know what you want to do, going to university is going to burn 3 or 4 years of your time and likely get you into a bunch of debt and a bunch of trouble that you don't need. If you don't know what you're doing, avoid university. Step number 1. 2, young men who are lost. What can I say? Don't waste...
Yeah, don't waste time.
Yeah, don't waste time on frivolous pursuits. Stop trying to live like the man unless you've actually become the man first. And that means women. Stop trying to get laid all the time and get beautiful women. Because if you are a nobody, the time and effort it's going to take into convincing a really beautiful woman to go to bed with you is much less time than it would take me or Mike. Because we are a somebody already. So you're burning your hours. Yeah, don't chase women too much. Don't chase having fun too much. Don't chase clout too much. Don't try to be seen in cool places that you can't actually afford to be in.
You're lonely, aren't you?
A little bit.
That's okay. What have you discovered about being alone? Seek deep inside of you.
Mm-hmm.
What have you found about being alone?
It's peaceful.
Peaceful. Meditative. So really you don't need a girlfriend.
No.
You're okay alone.
Yeah.
One of the best ways to actually save more money is get your living costs down. Now, if you live in New York, California, Paris, London, Amsterdam, whatever, it can be very difficult to do that sometimes. If you have the ability to be remote, whether that be because of your job or you decide to start an online business, whatever the case is, I recommend places like Cape Town. Obviously, I'm a little biased. I have a 12,000 square foot sort of mega mansion there. We've got places like Medellin or even Bali. Basically, these places, you can have an incredible quality of life for much, much cheaper than it would cost in other major cities.
A millionaire isn't that rich. A millionaire means net worth $1 million. You have a house worth $600,000 paid off. You have a car worth $50,000. You have a few stocks, a few bond options, and you have $50,000 in the bank. That's millionaire. That's broke. How much money do you need to live a millionaire lifestyle? You need a lot of fucking money. I mean, I have $12, $13 million worth of cars. This house that I'm in cost me over $2.5 million. I wouldn't be able to live at all if I didn't make $100,000 a month.
I definitely have to agree. Only because you're a millionaire doesn't mean that you're really rich. Of course, it depends also in which country you're living. If you're living in India and you have $1 million, that you can compare that to having 10, 20 million in the US. So it's different. Also depends where you're living. But in general, just 1 million doesn't make you really rich. I consider somebody rich when he has 5 to 10 million and more.
You're going to go to school, you're going to get in debt, you're going to get a job, you're going to get a wife, divorce is coming, you're going to lose the house eventually, your job's shit, inflation's outpacing your wages, you're going to work, no one's going to appreciate it, now you're old and your life's over. That is the matrix for 99% of men, and you need to find a way to escape it.
Get back to fucking work. It's time to get back to work. Stop hearing yourself talk, get off the podcast, don't be on social media too much, cut out all the fucking noise, get back to the fucking mental lab, because that's where the knowledge came from.
Take a clean sheet of paper, then write down 10 goals that you would like to accomplish in the next 12 months. And you say, if I could have any one goal on my list within 24 hours, which one goal would have the greatest positive impact on my life? Put a circle around that goal. And that's a goal you transfer to a clean sheet of paper, and then you follow the 7 steps. Write it down, set a deadline, make a list of everything you have to do to accomplish it, organize the list into a checklist, take action, then do something every day. If you'll just do this, then you'll all be rich. Nothing can stop you but yourself.
Don't worry about the future. All right, don't worry about technology. Let me tell you one thing. When you worry about the future, that is because you are lack of confidence. You lack of imagination. We don't have, I may not have the solution for future, but there is a solution for future. We don't have the solution for future, but our young people have the solution for future. I find in this world, young people don't worry about the future. Older people worry for the future. I find those today's successful people, they worry about the future.
Where are you from, Bob? Michigan. Michigan? You're in the car business?
No, printing. Net plumbing.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Tesla Elon Musk?
Yeah.
Wow.
How do you know Larry?
Well, he's dating my daughter.
Uh-oh. Nice talking to you.
Yeah. What?
Making $50,000 a year at 25 years old, $50,000 a month by 28 years old, and $50,000 a week by 31 years old. And I can say with 100% certainty that by the time I'm 33 years old, I'll be making $50,000 a day. And it's not because I'm lucky or I'm gifted. I was a drug-addicted high school dropout who got sent to a different country at 16 years old to fend for himself. If I can do it, so can you, if and only if you truly believe it's possible for you and you are literally willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to get there.
So the reason the rich don't pay taxes is because there's 3 types of income. The number 1 type of income is earned income. It's when you work for money. It's earned. So these are the guys that pay tax. So when all the guys are screaming tax the rich, well, you can't tax them because they don't have jobs.
That's absolutely
It's kind of funny, isn't it? You're going to tax the rich. Oh yeah, good luck, you know. But the income that the rich work for, passive income is also known as cash flow. That income is income. It bypasses taxes. So I know it doesn't sound fair, and it isn't fair. I don't disagree with you.
Do you want to buy my frozen gloves for $1?
Sorry, but I do not need gloves at the moment.
Do you want to buy these frozen gloves for $1?
No, thanks.
How come?
Why would I want mittens?
Do you want to buy my frozen glove?
I don't have cash money.
What's your name?
Ali.
Where are you from?
Iran.
How long you been in Canada?
I have been here for 2 months.
Did you come by yourself or with your family?
No, I come by myself.
Being away from home is hard.
I have lunch with myself.
What do you have for lunch?
I have something called kalle gonjishki in Persian.
What's that?
It's some meatballs we cook in tomato sauce. It's delicious. If you want, you can try it.
Can I trade you a meatball for the glove?
Sure.
Deal?
Deal.
And did you make this?
Yeah, I made it by myself.
Is this an Iranian dish or?
It's actually a dish from my hometown, Isfahan. Here you are. You can.
You're gonna give me the whole thing?
If you want, yeah. If you want, you can try it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, why not?
That's actually really kind of you, man.
No problem. You can try it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
Hope you enjoy this meal.
But Eddie, you only have one glove.
I already have a pair of them. Just remember this moment for our talk.
I have the other glove.
Thank you.
$1,000.
No.
Yeah,
Right.
for the first person to buy the gloves.
I'm a student, I'm a newcomer, I had financial challenges. It's gonna help me a lot.
Love you, man.
Love you too.
Every single good thing that happens in our lives, everything, comes at a cost. There's nothing for free. Somebody with an incredible career has no relationship with their kids, right? Everything comes at a cost. But at the same time, everything we struggle with has opportunity and lesson that goes with it. It's always balanced, right? And so whenever anybody tells me this great thing, I'm always like, yeah, but at what cost? And was the cost worth it? Sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. And when something horrible happens in someone's life or something goes sideways, I always ask, but what did you learn? The whole golden circle and the concept of why came out of me losing my passion and hating work. I went through depression. I never want to go through that again, but I'm really glad it happened. Because look at what it's given me an entirely new life view. Every single good thing that happens in our lives, everything, comes at a cost. There's nothing for free. Somebody with an incredible career has no relationship with their kids, right? Everything comes at a cost. But at the same time, everything we struggle with has opportunity and lesson that goes with it. It's always balanced, right? And so whenever anybody tells me this great thing, I'm always like, yeah, but at what cost? And was the cost worth it? Sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. And when something horrible happens in someone's life or something goes sideways, I always ask, but what did you learn? The whole golden circle and the concept of why came out of me losing my passion and hating work. I went through depression. I never want to go through that again, but I'm really glad it happened. Because look at what it's given me an entirely new life view.
If I teach you, you work for me for free. And I said, why for free? And my poor dad went nuts. He says, because if I pay you, you think like an employee. Your brain will change. Wow. If you learn never to work for money, you'll be a rich man.
Hi, Jordan. My question is, what is the antidote towards toxic masculinity?
What precisely, since we're going to pursue this, what precisely is toxic masculinity, as opposed to, say, toxic femininity or toxic humanity? What exactly are you asking me about?
I really want to know what you like, how you would describe toxic masculinity.
No, I want you to define what toxic masculinity constitutes. Since we're going to define things so carefully, let's do it.
Okay, I think that the moment when you kind of, I have a hard time to kind of describe it in English. Let's say, that you kind of go over a boundary that kind of.
When you said, I'm all in, were you really all in? Let me tell you what the cost of being all in is. Early mornings, late nights, being misunderstood, having very few friends, being your own cheerleader. People always talk about, man, I'm a hard worker. Everybody in this room is a hard worker. That's not going to separate you from anybody else. What are you working hard on?